Yankees don't talk, they show. Let's go.
Let's go. Judging the bots, game on tilt. Ball gone quick, ain't nothing built. Swing so clean, you can frame that stat. He don't need hype, just a lumber in the bat. Ben Rice heat, don't blink at the plate. Rookie with a swing like a flip the state. Fast hands, power zone locked in. With 22 step up, they know it's a win. Full bay moving like a ghost through dirt. Quick on the bag, clean with the work. Backhand grab, spin and fire. Gold in his glove, Bronx born wire. South Bronx cold, but the best.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Your boy's back in the building with another late night Yankee show. Yankees win 7-1 after dropping a whole, well, not a whole slew again, but we still lost the series, man. It looked bad the last couple of days, but today we came through. I still seen some things that I did not like. But we'll get into it. I got a special guest coming up. I don't know where he's at right now. Let him enter the chat.
Joining the stream, show, OG, me compadre, Chris, Luis Duran. I pull up at the club, VIP, joining us in the chat. A channel favorite.
Oh my God, it's going
the
off at the
one,
same time.
The only real Bill P.
What's up, y'all? What up? What up?
That's good, Chris. That was an epic failure, bro. It started triggering at the same time. Everybody, bro. Oh my goodness. That's the problem with this. That is like I gotta make it like a cue where it just kind of waits before it plays the next one. I like your interest though, man. You got to wipe me down. Cause I'm on. Real Bill, what's good? Real Bill.
What's up, Bill?
Jake says, hey, y'all, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they won this game. But there were so many chances where they had a run on third and no one out, and they couldn't score. I'm still bothered. Yeah, man, we're going to get into it. Like, me and Chris was about to talk about it backstage, but we was like, you know what, let's save it. Let's save it, man. Because it's interesting, man. We're going to get into it. But, Chris, how you doing, brother? Long time no see.
Doing good. Hope everybody's doing good in the chat. We finally got the dub. I'm not gonna lie. We should have had we should have swept this team.
Yeah, definitely, man. But it's good to have you on, Chris. For those of you that don't know, way back when I started doing the night show, first it was the overnight show because me and Chris will come on after work, like 2 a.m. type, and be up for like 3-4 hours straight, man. But he was the co-host originally. But I understand them. You got your channel, man. You building your channel. Congrats too. You know, you're already almost at 3K. Monetized everything, man. I'm proud of you. Super proud of you, dude. A year ago you was at 300 and you gained 3K in under a year. That's phenomenal, bro. Good stuff, man. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick, and then we get into this game and everything. I want to give a shout out to Jacob, my man Jacob, the best moderator in all of YouTube. D-Train says the World Series back on. Damn, man. Real Bill P. My father in another universe. That's dad right there, man. You owe me some child support, Real Bill. I'm coming for you. Now I'm just playing, man. I'm just joking. Real Bill, man, I hope you're doing well. I hope your wife is doing well. And I thank you for joining the stream, too. Andrew, my favorite Dodgers fan, low key. Oh, what happened there? I got the backer. Luis Duran. Finally, both New York teams got it done. Exactly. Nando. Damn, Chris back looking like Tom Hanks in Castaway. Yo, Nando be having jokes. Man, leave Chris alone, bro. Leave him alone. And then Stephen B says, what up, Jason and Chris? Yeah, Chris, man. So what do you think, man? You keep, like, granted, we got the dub, right? But from the get-go, it was like, man, I think it was the first inning. We were able to score a run, but we had bases loaded, and we just couldn't get it done. We only got 1 run in the first, I believe. We double-checked. Yeah. No, that was the top of the second. We should have blew the game open right there.
Yeah.
You with me, Chris? Oh, I thought you froze a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. But Max Fried had a hell of an outing, man. We needed that so bad from Max Fried. This dude went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits. No earned runs, a walk, and 7 Ks. You know, so he wasn't charged with the earned run on that era. What you think, Chris? Chris, you there? I think we lost Chris, man.
Am I still freezing, y'all?
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
Hello? No.
Nah, I hear you. You hear me?
Oh no, this is laptop. I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you too. Go ahead, talk, man.
It probably is skipping.
Nah, it's skipping, man. If you want to
All
try
right.
with your phone,
If it skips y'all, I'm sorry. If I sound laggy, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean,
Now in the chat, a channel
I mean,
OG. D-Train.
nah. The phone
It's
ain't
not
gonna work.
enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough.
you heard it. Chris was like, "Go ahead, Chris, man. I hear you." I'm trying to fix my camera in the background.
Chris,
What happened?
I'm laughing at. All right, we good, y'all? Y'all can hear me? I'm not lagging. Let me see. Hearing both of you. Okay. I think I'm good. All right. So, yeah, we had chances. We had chances to score more runs. I'm gonna keep saying this. We need to stop having these pitchers go off on us. They're making every pitch to look like an ace. They have striking out too.
Yeah. Hold on, Chris. I'm trying to fix my camera. That thing overheated. Oh, Chris is frozen, y'all. But yeah, man, the Yankees, look, we needed this win, right? After freaking losing 2 to Cincinnati, we're only up 1 game against the Rays. I mean, like, the Rays won today, so just imagine if we would have lost, we would have been tied for first with the Rays, which is completely unacceptable. Unacceptable, in my opinion. So good thing that didn't happen, right? But we gotta build from here. Right now,
Much on LimeWire, slowing down.
right now we're only a game up on the Rays. Is that correct? Hold on, let me make sure. Let's double check this. 25 run. Yeah, we're still only a game. Still only a game up on them. So it's gonna be tight for the Yankees these next couple. We have an off day tomorrow, desperately needed off day, and then we go and face the A's or the A's, whatever they call themselves these days. And we desperately need to take that series at home, especially. I expect the Yankees to take that series and hopefully to start building on this lead, man. 1 game ain't gonna cut it. Not with this team. I don't trust this team enough to get it done with 1 game. That's too close for me. Too close for my liking. Let me pull this away. This was today's box score. Jazz Chisholm Jr. with the home run, especially after getting thrown out yesterday. So I'm sure he had a lot to prove. Although he only went 1 for 5, right? But he did have the big two-run home run, struck out twice. Max Fried, obviously, like we just said, went 7 innings, 4 hits, 7 Ks, one walk, and then Fernando Cruz with the end. Man, the bullpen was gassed, man. If Fried didn't give us the outing he did, we would have been in trouble, in big trouble. Let me tell you. Let me fix this thing. All right, we back up and running. Let's go. Yeah, Chris, you with me, Chris? Though, or is it still skipping on you?
I'm good.
Yeah. So all right, because you was talking all this crap backstage, man. So what's the real deal, man? What do you really think about this team? Like, no BS, man. Like in your gut, what does your gut tell you about this team? Pause.
Hold on, let me do.
Oh, we lost. I guess that's how he feels about the team. Yeah, guys,
Y'all can hear me?
yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Chris. Go ahead, talk.
All
We
right.
hear you.
So, all right. So, I feel like I feel like I just feel like Volpe needs to step up. Volpe playing like straight garbage.
Garbino.
Wells is playing straight garbage too. Huh?
No, go ahead, man. I'm just talking.
Oh, Chris and then showing up like the 2024 World Series Yankees. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the love in the chat.
So go ahead, man. What you were saying about Volpe? Oh, Chris, man, your internet is dodgy, my guy. I'm gonna remove you for the scene and wait for him to cut back. Yeah, so yeah, man, Anthony Volpe has not looked good, but like we always say, man, one thing I disagree with, right? People keep saying there's not other shortstops available, right? And I disagree with that. I mean, maybe not publicly available, but there's other shortstops out there that you can get. But I don't think the Yankees are gonna move on from I don't think they're gonna move on from Volpe. It's not happening. So we gotta, you know, we gotta make it work with him. We gotta make it work. He went 0 for 3 today. Between him and Wells, man, my goodness. Like I can't with those two. Especially Wells. Wells, I've had it up to here with him, dude. I'm like, my guy, please, bro. Please do something, man. We still throughout this game, we still fail to do a lot of things that we talk about every night, like moving runners over, um, stuff like that.
Entering the chat
Uh-oh,
from
who's
the
this?
ugly truth, the one, the only, Ken.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh my goodness. Ken is in the building. Damn, guys, chill with the smoke. My goodness, bro. And there's other, man, we could do other things than the clown, man. You know, we got the beard now, right? Somebody use the beard effect. See how that works. Or old or something like that. Let's switch it up. Switch it up. But yeah, man, I think it's time, especially in the lineup, they shouldn't be stacking Volpe and Wells together. You know, if you look at today's lineup, right, the bottom of the lineup was Volpe, Wells, LeMahieu. That is not a good look. Just not a good look. Jason Dominguez had a hell of a night today. Hell of a night. 4 for 5. So that you want to see that. And he has some good hits from the right side, too. You know, for those of you who keep saying that he shouldn't bat from the right side anymore, you know, I think that he's worse from the right side because he doesn't get enough at bats from there. Plain and simple. So Dominguez is playing good. You know, there are a lot of rumors about him possibly being traded. I can see that happening. I don't want to see it happen, but I think for the right player, like I always say, any of these guys could go, in my opinion, for the right players. Real Bill put ignorant. Yep. Volpe and Wells back to back rally killers. Yeah, man, that makes no sense. Those are 2 automatic outs. 2 automatic outs, man. A lot of look, just this team, man, they need more situational hitting. Plain and simple. You need to be able to move runners over. You can't freaking pop the ball up with a run on second, no outs, or strike out. Like that's not it, man. But at least we got the W, right? It's hard for me to complain on a win. If we would have left out of here getting swept, I think there would have been uproar, man. Uproar. But at least they got a win. We got to go back to winning series. You know, we're going to face the A's. Let me see who's the pitching matchup for the A's right now. Let me see. That's not it. Hold on. We gonna have this the 27th. Okay, I don't think the pitchers are not yet announced. Most likely, yeah, because that's yesterday. Yeah, they're not announced yet. So, but it's probably gonna be. Let's think. Clark Schmidt. Did Clark Schmidt? It's probably gonna be Will Warren. Yarbrough's down. Winans took his spot. Before him was I think it's either Will Warren or Clark Schmidt. Probably Will Warren though. Stephen B says Schmidt is being pushed back to game 1. Yeah, the program that I wrote that updates the pitch. If it's not announced, it won't update anything. So Schmidt is gonna pitch game 1. Look, the A's. I mean, look, they're not the greatest team, obviously, but the way the Yankees have been playing, I wouldn't underestimate any team right now. The way the Yankees have been playing, and they got some good guys on that team. They got a guy by the name of Jacob Wilson who's doing this thing this year. That's a guy I'd like the Yankees to get. They're probably not going to trade him, or they'll want a lot for him. But if the Yankees can land somebody like that, he'll be the perfect leadoff hitter for this team. Let's look at the A's. Yeah, they're last place. They're 15 games behind. They really have nothing to play for. They're just waiting for their stadium to be built so they could get the hell out of Sacramento, to be honest. But they're probably going to want to hold on to a lot of these young players that they got. Let me see if I can pull up some of these guys. This guy hopped on my radar about a week or two ago. And I was like, let me look into this kid, see who this guy is, because they were ranting and raving about him on the MLB radio show. And when I looked into him, I was like, man, this kid is the truth, man. Look at his average, 347. The OPS is not terribly high, and that's okay for a shortstop, man. 875 is still really good. But he banged 347 area. This guy's the truth. And see, that's the kind of guy I want the Yankees to get. Granted, it'll cost the arm and the leg. But is it out of, like, is it impossible? No. I think anybody is tradable for the right package, especially with a team like the Athletics. I don't think the Yankees are gonna have enough for him, but I would hate for him. I'm sure the teams are asking for him. I doubt that they would do it though. They're gonna want a lot for that kid. A lot. You gotta put the dollar symbol. Man, Stephen B, man, you can't follow directions, bro. If you was in the military with me, man, I would be freaking chewing you out every day. Rubil says, I should have been a more strict parent with Jason. He got by with way too much. What'd I do to you? Jason, read the post on your channel. Schmidt is getting pushed back a day. Oh, you talking about the comments? Man, I'm trying to... Look, I'll show you guys. You guys don't understand what I go through. Right? Look. You understand all that I'm trying to manage at one time and still talk? It's not easy. That's why, like, when I started doing content, man, I started appreciating. Well, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but appreciating more like certain channels or anybody who does content, because it's not easy. But certain channels that I watch, I know that behind the scenes they got a lot going on, and to manage that and still stay on topic and everything, it takes it's an art, it's an art. But damn, Real Bill, man, you're gonna ground me. Warren game 1 starter, Schmidt game 2, no game 3 starter. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I read it right. Thank you, guys. My goodness, man. I'm not perfect, guys, man. I make mistakes too. You look like you're running an investment agency. I ain't gonna lie. One time I made a program that automatically traded stocks and cryptocurrency for me. And it was doing really well until it didn't. It was doing really well until it didn't. And I lost a lot of money. Real Bill says, Jacob, what up? Jacob, man, what's up, brother? Debbie Downer, you know the Yankees won tonight. Man, the Yankees still suck, man. Right now, man. I'm not gonna let one win change my perspective on this team. I'm not gonna say they suck, right? But they need to get better, man. Because there's still things in this game that I saw that I was like, huh? Yeah. And I'll tell you what, all the problems with this team, when you're playing a good team, they're gonna expose it and they will exploit every single problem. And come playoff time, all of those problems start coming up. That's just how it is. It's just how it is, man. I'm not a Debbie Downer, dude. Don't say that, man. Oh man, yep. Jason, we ain't twins no more. Yeah, look at that, man. At least I got my teeth. Look at that. Look at those teeth. It's the VA for you, baby. Get them teeth right. You know, I miss one back here. Look. Back there is all jacked up. But yeah, so what do you guys think, man? You know what it is? My thing is that our fan base is so funny, man. Sometimes, like, they'll go on a 10-game, like a bad streak like that, right? Win a game, and it's like, okay, we're satisfied, you know? Like, we're good. That's why, like D-Train said earlier, World Series back on and stuff, man. I'm not falling for this stuff no more. I'll tell you, this organization has a lot to address. They got a lot to address. Ken, I don't know what you talking about, bro. I'm actually from New York, bro. You're not even from New York. I'm from New York. I grew up going to the stadium and everything. So don't try to question my fandom, bro. I'm a true New Yorker. Jake says, I mean, I don't know. The whole month of May, they played good teams and seemed okay for the most part. I feel like they're getting more exposed versus the lower level teams. Yeah, some teams they played good, right? Some good teams. But what my whole thing with this team, right? It feels like when it's time to go to that next level, when it's time to take it to another level, like other teams could do, like certain players can do, this team can't do it. Certain players on this team can't do it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean, you know? Like, and that worries me because man, I've been watching baseball long enough to know it's in the playoffs, certain teams and certain players, they're gonna go to another level. You know, they're gonna elevate their game. And this team just can't do it to me. I don't trust a lot of these guys. I get it. Clark Schmidt pitched 7 no-hit innings the other day. I still don't trust the guy. I really don't. It's gonna take more to earn my trust. It's gonna take more. It's gonna take more. Andrew says, "Are you ready for football season?" Not yet, man. I'll get into that when I think camps start like in a couple weeks, I think. But I can't even think about football, man. And to be honest, I don't really follow football religiously like I used to. I used to follow it a lot, like especially my Giants. But now I'll keep up with it. Certain matchups I want to see, certain games.
My battle buddy, Sean Browning.
Yeah, but I don't really follow it as much as I used to be honest. Stephen B says, Jason, we see the Astros in the background. Now I got some highlight stuff playing back there. That's what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Man, y'all trying to come for me today. Damn, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I could tell you stories, bro. New York. I'm a true New Yorker, born and raised. I was born in Beth Israel Hospital, which is on 23rd Street and like First Avenue in Manhattan. Grew up in Manhattan. Grew up going to Yankee Stadium. As a kid, I would hop the train. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. I would hop the train, me and my cousin, go up to Yankee Stadium with like $3-4 in our pockets. Go look for water bottles because the water bottles, they had like a buy one, get one free. And then we'll try to, man, we would find ways to go over there, man. Trust me, dude. We would chase players down in the highway, dude. Literally, man. How you think I got Derek Jeter's autograph and all these guys' autographs? I got it from when I was a kid. I was at the stadium all the, even if we couldn't get in the stadium, we'd just hang out outside the stadium. Go up to the train sometimes because we used to be able to look into right field from the train up there and try to see if we could catch glimpses of the game or anything. If we couldn't, we just listened to it on the radio and then wait for them to come out the press gate and start trying to get autographs and stuff. Come on, guys. They're trying to play me now. Trust me. Yeah, I'm looking really old. Andrew says, true New Yorker. All right, man. I mean, yeah, I don't say nothing like, but y'all trying to play me now. I mean, it is what it is. Ken says, Jason, you don't like the ugly truth. You live in Texas, so now you're a Texan. I lived in New York when I was stationed at Staten Island and when I worked for Coca-Cola bottling. I was in the Lower East Side Manhattan, bro, all my life till I was 23 years old and joined the Army. And I lived everywhere. And now I happen to be in San Antonio. But in a few months, I'll be in Arizona. That's how I am, dude. But all my family is in New York. Ken, you are not a New Yorker. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you right now the truth. You're not, bro. I'm going to be real with you. You want the ugly truth? That's the ugly truth. Jason, I made a medium rare burger. Good for you. Man, y'all starting to piss me off, man. Ken, man, trust me, dude. Don't play with me like that, bro. I'm from New York, man. And it ain't even about that like that, but I'm just saying, man. I don't like when people say stuff like that to me. Because I live here. I ain't from here, though. And you can ask people from here. When I come over, like anywhere I've been, even in the military, as soon as I speak, they look at me and they say, oh, yeah, you ain't from here. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. That's how I am, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. Real Bill says, I lived in Sleepy Hollow, true story. I don't even know what that is, man. Sleepy Hollow. And Staten Island, look, Staten Island is New York, but it's like a whole nother world from New York, if you know what I mean. And anybody who's from New York will tell you it's a whole nother different thing. It's totally different, bro. Stephen B says, it's a rare day. We're having fun, and I'm joking with you. If I didn't, well, let's say I wouldn't be here supporting you. Nah, man, I know, but I'm just keeping it real, dude. What do you want me to say? I'm going to tell you the truth. And I lived in the Bronx, too. I used to live right there on Melrose, 150th and Melrose, right off of 3rd Avenue, right next to Cortland and all those places. My daughter was born in Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx. I lived out there, too, man. I know where Fordham Road is. South Terrytown, Jason, you don't know about the Hellas Horsemen? Nah, man. South Terrytown, I've never heard of that in my life, to be honest. Never in my life. I don't know how I turned into this kind of show, man. Come on, man. We supposed to be enjoying a victory after 2 tough losses. After 2 tough losses, man. I didn't even realize Brew Baker came in for 1 inning. Okay, he should have probably pitched yesterday instead of Outlighter Jr., but it is what it is. I mean, look, we got a day off tomorrow. I think the Yankees need the day off and the fan base needs the day off too. They come back home for a little bit. Play the A's. Terrytown is heading upstate. I'm gonna be honest, man. The only time, look, I'm gonna keep it real. The only time people like me, where I'm from, go upstate is to go to prison. For real. The only times I ever been up there, far up there, is to visit my stepfather. That's the only time. Terrytown is heading upstate. I don't know where that is. Ken says, I was a part of military family. Why is my chat not pulling up? As a kid, I never lived anywhere more than 3 years. Now from anywhere. No, I hear you, Ken. That's how my kids are.
Oh, snap. Now in the chat, the legend himself, CT Cards.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
They got the outlet malls. CT, man, you have the link. That link that I sent you before, that's a permanent link. You can always join. If you want to join, go ahead. Furthest upstate I've been is to Yonkers. Well, actually, no, I've been pretty far upstate. I went to my aunt went to Binghamton University, so we would go up there. She went to the University of Albany, I think, too. So I went up there when I was younger to visit her. And then another time, man, I had some friends from Long Island, right? I had a friend from my neighbor. He moved to Long Island, and they came back and they knew some people all the way up in I don't know what the hell this place was called, Johnstown. But we went up there. I went up there. I was like 15 years old. I was broke as hell, and they just abandoned me, dude. I had no way of getting home or anything. And back then, we didn't have cell phones or nothing. It was rough, man. It was rough. Me and another friend, we was just abandoned up there. But we found our way home, though. The Tappanese Bridge. No, I never been up there. I never been stationed in Fort Drum or anything like that. I really never been that far upstate. I'll be honest. Until I joined the Army, I mean, I've been out the city a little bit. I've never really even been out the city. Besides like New Jersey, maybe Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. once, and Dominican Republic. That's it. Let me try to send CT this link real quick. Dang, CT. Hold on. You remember the email I sent you before, CT? Just use that email. I sent it to you, CT. We'll stop drinking the Kool-Aid then. I used to live in upstate New York. Yeah, man. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. New York is New York, man. But it's a different world upstate than the city. And the further you go upstate, it gets even more different, man. It's like it's almost like a whole nother state. Chris, it ain't Kool-Aid. It's a rare day. Like, no joke. He probably got to me. Nah, I feel you, man. I heard it was really, really hot over there. Really hot over there. Let me ask CT. CT, what happened to your hair, man? You cut it?
Hey, give me a second. Where'd it go? It just was here. I just saw it. There we go. Hey, okay, cool. Hey,
What's up, man?
hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Yes, 7-1 win. Oh,
Yeah. But I'm not I'm happy that we got the win, right? But I don't know. I feel like we should have scored way more runs than this. We're still right. You want me to show you the numbers?
yeah,
CT?
yeah.
4 for 22 with runners in scoring position. All right. I don't know. Somebody do the math. That's not a good average, though. Right? You know, stuff like that bothers me still. It really does.
Yeah.
You all right? You look tired.
No. I'm like I can't find my glasses right now. Like I'm not. It's not that tired. I can't find my glasses. I'm squinting. But hey, Jason, I just want to say thank you. You do a great job on your channel, and I always look forward to your channel. And everyone who's on here, give a huge shout out to Jason. Jason does a wonderful job.
No, I appreciate you, man.
Um,
Check this out, CT. You want to know the Cincinnati was 1-for-1 with runners in scoring position.
1-for-1.
But that tells you how good Max Fried pitched, and
Yeah.
also Cruz and Brubaker, that they only had one opportunity,
Yeah.
one runner in scoring position.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, I won't hold you for too long, though, Jason. I just wanted to say hi. You do a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see the trivia as it builds up. And I'm glad that Jason, that you're one of the great guys on the internet here, who are involved with the Yankee channel, and it's rare to find people such as yourself, and I want you to know that you are a very a unique person to have and part of this Yankee community, and it's really cool to have you a part of all this. And I'm really glad you are a part of this. I know I keep saying a part of this, but
I appreciate it.
You're a good guy, but
No, yeah, I'm no angel though either, right?
who is an angel?
No, nobody is. But I appreciate those CT, and you too, man. You're the man. From the first time I saw you, because I've always seen you in the chat. But when I saw you, I said, I like this dude. Like he gives me good vibes. He gives me good vibes. Like I like him.
Yeah,
And,
I always try to get everybody laughing. That's all I care about, is getting everybody in a good mood.
yeah. And one day we're gonna hear you play that guitar of yours, man. One day.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got one of them right here. Oh, hey.
Oh, that's nice right there. Let me see it again. Can I see
Yeah.
it? Bro, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, this is called the Yamaha. It's called the silent guitar, and behind up here, you have all your controls. All your controls for volume and stuff. Then behind it, you have the input jack, and input jack right there.
Dude, that's sick.
And the guitar player at Queen uses one of these.
Oh, yeah. So, but all right, but they don't have to be plugged in, right, to play it.
Nope.
It's still you can still tune it regularly and everything.
Yeah.
That looks crazy.
I got other guitars, man. I own about 40.
That is dope, dude.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm trying to give you a round of applause, but I can't find my thing. Hold on. No, you deserve it. You deserve it. Hold on. Round of applause.
How you doing though, Jason? I mean, seriously, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to Chris earlier. I don't know his So I think we figured it out that for some reason when people come on their phone, it gives trouble. But if you're on a laptop, it it works out better. But yeah, no, I've been pretty stressed, man, with work and everything. I got a lot going on right now behind the scenes, man. But that's life, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Life goes on, man.
that's the way. That's what been going on with me is I keep on having all these different surgeries and different things going on, and I keep having to cut my hair. It's really not cool because I'm not usually somebody with short hair. I usually have hair down to my my ass basically, and and then my hair. Like the other day, we were doing a video on Joe's channel, and we were losing, and I started going like this, and I started realizing I was pulling out all my hair. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm literally pulling out all my hair." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm just shaving it. I'm just shaving it."
It's coming out because of age, dude. I showed you, man. I'm bald, dude. Like back here, I got a whole spot that fits a yarmulke perfectly. You just put it right there.
No, I got chemo and radiation
Oh,
going on. So like what happens is like when it was funny, we were joking and I went like this and I was just like all pissed off and I went like this and all my hair pulled right out and I'm like, oh my gosh. So like I should just shave it. So I did last night. I just went, I just shaved the whole thing.
damn! I didn't even know that, man. Oh, I'll pray for you, man. And well, hopefully, it's working. You're getting through it. And I can only imagine. I watched my grandmother go through chemo, and it's not fun, dude. Sometimes
Uh,
that's the worst part. You know, maybe, but I hope you get better, man. And
no,
your hair will grow back. You'll get it back, man. I can tell. You can see it. At least you have the hairline. You're good.
yeah, it is there. It is there.
Mhm.
But Jason, what do you think about the Yankee win tonight?
The Yankee win. I think that a win is a win, right? I'll take it. But
Yeah, me
like I
too.
said before, 4 for 22 runners scored. I still saw a lot of the stuff that we've been complaining about, but obviously it kind of gets washed away with the win. 7 runs and everything. But we should have had way more than 7 runs. I feel like.
Second, we got wow, Grisham had 4 hits. Wow, and Dominguez
Yeah,
with 4 hits.
Grisham. Yeah, Grisham 4 hits. Dominguez 4 hits.
Wow, give me 1 second. Give me one
Mm.
second. I'm not trying to hold you up. Let me get my glasses. I can't see
Oh, you're good.
shit.
Damn, man, CT, man, maybe sometimes, man, in life, man,
There we
we,
go.
yeah, we take things for granted and stuff, man. But I always think like, man, it could always be worse. Even when sometimes I'm stressed, I'm like, you know what, it could. I be grateful for what you got. Be grateful for your time and everything. As I get older, I start realizing that. I look at my kids and stuff, or I look at I just people youth, and I'm like, man, you got all the time in the world.
How old are
You
you?
like I'm 40, right?
How old are your kids?
Oh, my son is 13. My oldest daughter's she's gonna be 18. Then I have another daughter that's gonna be 17, and my
Wow.
youngest is 8.
Oh wow, cool. Congrats, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
but no, but I look at people like at that age, like I truly believe like you can be anything you want. Like the sky's the limit for you. And then when you get to like my age, and I don't think I'm like obviously I'm not the oldest. When you get to my age, it's like okay, yeah, that dream of being a baseball player, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Or you understand what I mean? Like you start, I don't know, you put things into perspective more, and you appreciate things more, and even now, like growing, like I've been trying to make it a thing to call or check in with friends and family more often, just to stop
Yeah.
by and say, hey, how's it going, man? How you doing?
Yeah,
You know,
that's been something that's very I don't mean to get all down, but that's the thing that's been happening with my family is in the last few years, last like 10 years, I've watched my family, well, everyone
mhm,
passed away. And you can look at as everyone passing away as a very depressing thing, or you can view it as that it was their time, you know,
yeah,
and a lot of the people in my family lived a life. I always say it as if you can live a billion different lifetimes in 50 years, let's say, and only live to be 50, but you lived 50 lifetimes at 50.
yeah.
You don't need to live to be 100 years old. Why do you want to be 100 years old? Need somebody to wipe your butt. Yeah.
I know, man. But I think when I get old, I'm gonna be a nasty old man. I know I am, man. But I'm gonna still be cool. Like even now, like I took my son to a batting cage, and I'm like, man, I feel like I still got it. So I go in there and I crank it up all the way. And I was doing my thing, but after like 7 swings, man, my shoulder, I feel like it popped out of place and then popped back into place all in one swing. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, when you sent me those videos the other day, that was great because I was like, I can do that for about one swing. One
Mhm.
swing.
Ken says his father passed when he was 40. Oh man, that's sad. He
Um,
was 23.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man, this is tough. My father passed when I was 1 years old. So I really. That's why Real Bill's gonna adopt me. And we're working on the paperwork, right, Real Bill? I'm gonna send him the paperwork.
Hey, I'm the last person that has to sign on the dot on that one, Real Bill.
No, I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, man, this damn it got real dark real quick, man.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
No, it's all right, man. No, you good, man. As long as you're okay,
Yeah, no, I'm
you're
doing
good.
pretty good. I keep uh I keep falling asleep and then I wake up and I've missed everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't like that about life. Life doesn't need to be like that. I like life, where I wake up and I see your show on. I see every
Joe.
and everyone's channels on. I like being awake for all this because I think what you do, I think like Ken's in here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ken's in there.
yep, Ken's in here. Real Bill, Stephen B. What's up? You have a really good group of people here, and I don't like to miss out on the group of people we have. So I'll stop babbling.
No, you're good. Real says he's almost 60 years old. He's been known to be a smooth talking ladies man. I feel like Real Bill's a dirty old dude.
Yeah.
Real Bill, man. I bet when you and oh man, don't. No, I'm not even gonna say it, man, because I don't want the missus to be in here. I don't want to get you in trouble, man. No, I'm just joking. I won't be like that, but I know. I think yeah, man. Father Time is undefeated. And speaking of Father Time, that's why I mean, it's no secret. Like I'm an Aaron Judge fan. I think most of us are, right? It's hard not to be,
Yeah.
right? Like who hates on Aaron Judge? Like if you do, like I don't know what's wrong with you, but
Yeah.
like yeah, it'd be a shame like if he was to end his career, right? Because he's getting old. How old is he now? Like what, 33, 34?
33, 34, yeah.
He only has so many good years left, right?
And we're
I,
wasting it.
and
We're
I say that because I remember because I the re like so when I first started becoming a Yankee, it was just because Don Mattingly. I like Don Mattingly. I don't know why. I think I went to a Yankee game with my uncle, and everybody's like Don Mattingly and everything, and I was like, oh yeah, he's my favorite player. I like the Yankees now. But I even when I was very young, and as I started growing a little bit, I'm like understanding like, oh man, he is a really great player and all this, and but he never got to win one, right? And that is as good as he was. I think if he did have a championship, he'd be in Cooperstown right now. It is kind of like a stain on his legacy for that.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll
Mhm.
be right back. Give me a second.
No, you good. Yeah, and I say that, man. Like I get it. Like, look, as Yankee fans, right? We spoiled. We make it to the playoffs pretty much every year. Let me wait for CT. Yeah, CT. So I was saying, like, as Yankee fans, we spoil. We make it to the playoffs almost every year, right? Um, but I would say too, as Yankee fans, like our standards are higher.
There's his autograph card.
Yeah.
I met Don back in I don't know what year this card was even made. 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it signed by him. He was one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. Mike Vicino was actually another guy who was really nice to meet.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. The only I actually I think it was Jonathan who had really bad introduction to meeting Reggie Jackson. Trying to get an autograph. And actually, when I met Reggie Jackson, he was really cool to me. He because I asked him, like I always find like when Joe and I do these interviews with these former baseball players, always ask them a unique question. Ask them about something that no one else has asked them before, and you
Mm-hmm.
end up getting a real response. Oh, I like the helmet. You get a nice response, and even they'll go like when we did the interview with Kip Gross. every question we asked was a little unique, and even he said, he's like, wow, that's a really good question, no one's asked me that before. And it was like, well, that's what it's all about. Why do you want to keep asking the same questions? Why can't we ask a unique question, and get a unique response out of it? And I think that's always what it's all about. And that's why, Jason, we always bug you to come on the show. I know it's early in the morning, but we got to get you on the show more often.
Yeah, no, I be at work, man. So I'm like, I can't. I wish I could, but
Yeah, it's all good. That's why we just like to mess with you. We just like to mess with
hey, Steven, the command should be in the chat.
you. Good.
All the stuff, man. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't work like I wanted to.
I can't read this.
Let me see. I don't have the helmet on it though.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't have the helmet. But you could do like Panda.
What guitar does he want me? CT cards, could you show the rare guitar you have? Which one? That's the difference.
Yeah, Ken says, not really a fan of any individual player. As a former athlete, I'm a fan of the sport itself. And next of all, that crap that got pulled with Cattell Marte yesterday in Chicago pissed me
Yeah,
off.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
man. I mean, like, these people are human too, man. There's only so much you can take,
Yeah.
But I feel like he handled it well. Like nobody, I'm not gonna say nothing about him. Shedding tears on the field. They say there's no crying in baseball, right? But I think he gets a pass, right?
I
He
agree.
gets a pass, man, because these people, man, they, you
Oh, well,
know,
wow, look at all the people you got in your chat. Wow, you got like Ken, you got Real Bill, you got Jake, you got Stephen B, D Train, Andrew. Oh wow,
there's nine.
you have a great chat here going, Jason. I'm interrupting what you're doing here. Oh my
No,
god.
you're not, man. I wasn't even man. That I stopped talking about the like. I don't know. I've been veering off and everything.
Oh, but now I'm looking at Schmiegel. Oh, great.
Schmiegel.
How does my friends? No, Jason. Oh, the Panda. Hey,
Yeah.
Jeremy Pena.
He's having an outstanding season, man.
325, 11, 40 RBIs, 875 OPS, 15 stolen bases, OBP of 380. Yeah, I take that. Yeah, the Astros are on to something right now. They're a scary team. They're a scary team.
It's crazy how they always find a way. They always find a way, right?
Yeah.
Just when you think like they'll trade away their biggest star, two of their biggest stars, right? Left the team. Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, and they're in first place.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, like how do they do it every year? It never ends.
Well, I know Ken's going to disagree with me, but my point I was trying to make with Ken is that the Astros are doing what the Yankees can't do, which is take care of the easier teams. The Astros are beating up on those. The Yankees, we come in and play like we come in and play like a team like the Angels, and the Angels make a series out of this. The Astros don't do that. The Astros come in and they take care of freaking business, and that's what it's all about. And so the Astros, I like to smoke.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, and that's something that scares me about the Yankees. We just don't do that. And couple losses ago, it was just so scary to watch. It was like, oh man, and anytime the Yankees get even one run behind, it can feel like 10. It feels like it's the end of the world. We're down by one run, and I don't get it. But wow, you got a lot of people. Okay, well, I won't hold you. I feel like I'm holding you.
No, man, you're good, man. You're good.
You sure?
Yeah, if you want to stay, if you gotta go, then go, man. But
No,
if you want to
no,
stay, stay, man.
no. I just don't want to bug. I just don't want to bug you.
No, you're not bugging me, dude. I wanted to do one but Chris was having technical difficulties, but
Oh, Chris the Flash.
yeah, he was on for a little bit, but I don't know what's going on with his connection. But yeah, because me and Chris, started doing like late night shows with him, like together.
Chris is
Yeah,
the bomb. He's one of my favorite guys I've ever met.
yeah.
Everybody in the chat, Chris Flash.
And me and Chris will argue almost every show. We will argue about who's better, Alex Rodriguez or Derek Jeter.
Oh,
I'm telling you, like I'm gonna bring it back one day. I'm gonna make a montage of me and him going back and forth, just going back and forth. And he's, you know, and those times, man, I felt like our friendship was gonna break, like, because he's like, "How you gonna say that, A-Rod?" Because he's an A-Rod guy, and I'm a Jeter guy.
me too.
And
I'm a Bernie Williams guy.
yeah, and we'll go back and forth, man. Ken says Jason has been ranting about being a New Yorker and trying to play hood on us. No, it's because I see you in the chat. You're trying to say because I live in Texas don't mean I'm a Texan. And change. You guys are saying, "Oh, I'm really a Astros fan," and I see it in the chat. You know, I'm trying to ignore it, but I keep seeing it. So I felt like I had to address it, dude. You know, because like, come on, oh, because I live here now doesn't mean I'm from here. You know,
Whereabouts in Texas you live?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been through there. Yeah.
I like Texas. Don't get me wrong. I like Texas a lot, but I'm a New Yorker, dude, through and through. Born and raised. It's in my blood. You know, like. Mm.
The only thing I found about Texas when I drove through there is it's really weird. Like, being in a band, we didn't smoke pot or anything. Like, we didn't do anything other than, there might be a couple open beers in our car,
Mhm.
and, in our van with all of our gear.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, but I remember getting pulled over, and actually it was outside of San Antonio, Texas, and
Mhm.
they took all of our gear out of our car, out of the trailer, and they were looking for like anything. And we didn't have anything on us. It was like, I don't know, here's my open beer, but I'm not the driver. You know what I mean? So I'm like, here, take my beer. If you want to take my beer. They look through that car and they're like, oh, you dirty hippies got to have something on you. Okay. And so they literally ripped everything apart in that car. It took like
In
2 hours.
Texas? Oh man.
It was bad. And then we got pulled over like, I don't know, like a few hours later in Utah. Now, Utah is not a state you want to get pulled over in.
I've been to Utah too.
Oh,
It's nice over there though.
I like Utah, but I remember how we got. I was driving, and I don't drive. I was driving that night, and
You don't drive, but you were driving.
I was driving because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we get pulled over, and this cop asked me for my he asked me for my license registration. I just like laughed. I'm just like, yeah, I don't have a license register. I have the registration, but it doesn't match my name. You know what I mean? And yeah, and that was one of the few places where I went to where in Utah I went to go get a drink. Went back when I drank, and they actually like pour the shot glass, into, they do it out of shot glasses
Hmm.
to weigh the. I've never seen that before. So like, if you got a vodka cranberry, they take like your vodka, pour it in,
Yeah.
and add the cranberry. It was very strange. That was a weird part of the country.
Yeah,
Very
Utah
weird.
it's a weird place. It's different. Ken says, when was the last time? The last time I was in New York was let's see, probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago was the last time.
We got to get you back up here. You want to come up and visit?
I want to go back. I don't like flying, so but I don't mind flying. I was I gotta go, go visit my mom and my family, I want to go back, but man, CT, I'll be honest, look, I spent my whole life trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
You know,
No, no,
and
no. What did you want to get out of there for? I'm just curious because I did the same thing. Like, what was your motivation to get out of there? Was it
my
something?
my motivation was my surroundings. I grew up in the projects. I felt like I looked everybody, nobody leaves here. That's what I noticed. Like
Yeah,
there's a one
everybody
common thing,
stays.
and nobody leaves, you know. And I'm probably gonna piss some people off if they're watching this from back home, but I feel like nobody leaves here. And yeah, I was like, man, I gotta get out of here at some point, man. I can't, you know. And then I
Congratulations,
had my
dude.
my daughter. My daughter was just born, so my daughter was born, and 6 days later, I left to basic training. I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here, you
Good,
know.
good, good for
Yeah.
you. You know, I grew up in a town. Well, I didn't grow up. I lived in a town named Stafford Springs, Connecticut.
Mm,
I moved there when I just gotten off a tour from doing all. I'd been on tour with my band for I have no idea, probably 20 years, and I found Stafford Springs and went, oh, this is a great place to live. And then within about a year, I started to find out that anyone who lives in this town doesn't go anywhere. You know, they really don't go anywhere. And so I found out really fast, like, I needed to get out of here because I wasn't going to get out of here, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, but congratulations to you. And I mean, what is your favorite thing you've gotten out of, getting out of where you used to live?
Uh, I mean, I think just the experience of because even growing up in Manhattan, especially in the Lower East Side Manhattan, I would meet people from everywhere, all different backgrounds and cultures and stuff. Because it's Manhattan, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but I never actually been anywhere. I think the best thing that I got with joining the army was just it's a lot, man. It changed my life. It's the discipline, especially the military, man. I learned how to be disciplined. I learned how to be on my own. I learned, and then I started meeting people because you always meet people from different places, right? New York, especially, is a cultural melting pot, you know. But in the army, in the military, you really like, and you become intimate with these
Entering the
people.
chat, my man, Dev Finch.
damn, damn, save the zone. Yeah.
Oh man, that stuff is starting to get crazy, man. It's gonna start to get too much, man. The walk ups. But yeah, and I mean, I meet people from all over, and I became friends with so many different people from just places I thought I'd never, you know, be so close with somebody. Two people from two totally different upbringings and everything become
Yeah.
brothers. Like things like that. I miss a lot.
I remember I went on this tour with my band, and we went to Wani, Florida. It's outside it's Live Oak, I think it's called Live Oak, Florida. And I'd never been there before, and I got there at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know anyone who was at the venue. I just knew that we needed to get some sleep, supposedly, and do our performance the next day or next night. And so I'm hanging around, walking around, and it was the first time I'd ever discovered boiled peanuts. I don't know about you guys. Have you guys ever had boiled peanuts?
I've seen them. It's funny that that's a down south thing.
Yeah, and dude, those things are so good. This
I
really
can't eat
nice.
them though.
Oh, this really nice lady, though. It was funny. I sat down at her picnic table because I really had no idea where I was. I wandered in this music festival, gotten totally lost, and this really wonderful lady comes out and she's like, "Hi, oh, sit down. Oh, we boiled peanuts." She shows me this thing. Oh, and there's beer over here if you want
Mhm.
this. And she's like, literally, here's everything I have. Whatever you want, have. And you're not used to that in different areas of the country. Usually in different areas of the country, people would steal your stuff. This was a complete different. It was just like, I beloved it. And after that, I really liked going. I like traveling. I really do like traveling and meeting people.
Real Bill says my wife is my bestie. I'm gaining points here.
Yeah.
Real Bill, I don't make me pull up the chat you said earlier. Okay, I'm telling, man, I'm snitching today. I can't find it.
Oh
You
my
said, "Oh, here we go." What's this all about, Real Bill?
God.
Now he's trying to make up for it.
Sorry, I mean a good burger.
Dev Finch, what's up, Dev?
Hi, Deb.
But yeah, I mean, so CT, I heard your rant this morning. I didn't jump in the comment because I really couldn't
I'm
too
sorry
much.
about my rant. That's the first time I've
No,
ever
no, it's all
gone
right.
on.
No, I hear you. You know, I must say though, I did disagree with one thing,
Yeah,
right? I disagree because I felt the same way about him not about him pulling Rodon, but I had a feeling. That's why I didn't talk about it last night. Like I had a feeling that there was something in like because Rodon's the type of person if he would let you know like I'm not coming out. You know, he's done
yeah,
it before to Boone. Like where Boone has gone out there, and he looked at him like I'm not going nowhere, and Boone did an about face and walked right back to the dugout. So I knew that there was something more that we didn't know, and it turned out that I guess he was exhausted. You know.
yeah,
So I wanted to tell you, right? And I mean, it's not a lie. Like I understand where you're coming from. Like, and I do agree. Even Michael K, you know, said earlier. I happened to be listening to him, and he said that that pitchers nowadays are coddled too much. You know, you should be able to throw more than 100 pitches. Why is that the standard? You know, or whatever. When back in the day, dudes were throwing 100. Nolan Ryan threw like 150 pitches in his mid 40s and pitched a
Two-
no hitter
actually, Nolan Ryan threw 243 pitches in 1973
in a game.
in a game. That
That
was
is insane. You know,
yeah, and now we're going. Oh, he threw 70 great in pitches. What 70?
yeah.
He threw
So
70.
I agree with you there, but I think when a pitcher tells you, especially when it's hot like that, man, that heat is dangerous.
Yeah.
CT, man.
Oh, I
When a
agree.
pitcher says, "Look, I can't," and I remember, and I because I was watching the game yesterday, but Rodon always sweats. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, especially with the new uniforms, like the sweat you can tell, and he always looks drenched. But this time it looked drenched, everything, even his pants, like his whole uniform looked a different color, you know, and so if he's saying that he can't go no more, I think you gotta listen, man, because God forbid he goes out there and gets hurt or has a heat stroke or heat injury or something, you know. So that's what I was thinking, man. But I do agree with you, man. They gotta toughen up a little bit, man. But you know, everybody has their limits. You never know. And I say that because I've been they call it heat casualty. I've been a heat cut. Like I felt like, and I'm a pretty tough guy. Like, I won't say that something's wrong. You know what I mean? Until it's and then you there, and all of a sudden you wake up, everyone's around you. Like what happened? I'm like, dude, you passed out.
Yeah.
So you don't want something like that to happen, man.
Well, that was I don't know if you if it,
You're
it's just
right.
it's
All
just
right, man. I'm
it's a,
patting you on the back right now.
it's just a family show. Or can I put up a little bit of a funny story?
Go ahead, man. Do whatever you want. It's all
Well,
right. I guess we're not getting that sponsored by Toys R Us or whatever. No, just playing.
well, we got to this show, and it was like our 34th show of the tour. And we got to Albany, New York, and I got out of the car first, and I want to say I walked like 15, 20 feet away from our van, our gear van, and somebody hands me a balloon, and I'd never had a balloon before, you know, like a balloon, and so I'm like, what the hell do I do with this thing?
Is it
And I'm
Pennywise?
and I'm seeing people are inhaling this balloon, and I'm like, what are these people doing with this thing? So I start inhaling the balloon, and it's nitrous oxide. And dude, I took like one inhale and went face first down on the ground. And luckily, one of my best friends, Bill, that I've been friends with ever since,
Mhm.
caught me before I went face first down. And I've been friends with him ever since. But I've never done that stuff since. I wouldn't recommend doing that stuff unless you're sitting. If you're sitting, you can have a good time with that. But I would not.
No, don't do that at all, man.
Yeah,
It's not good.
no, I mean you can have your fun. Like I always told people, I always had a lot of fun with everything in my life other than alcohol. Alcohol is the one thing that can really get a grasp of you.
Mhm.
You can experience everything you want in life and have some fun, but the minute something becomes an everyday thing for you, that's the difference. When all of a sudden you need a drink, the minute you wake up, you can't really do anything in your life without having it. And you saw it in Billy Martin. You saw Mickey Mantle. You saw a
Hmm.
lot of baseball players suffer from it. I mean, these guys would go in the, okay, they're going to use the bath. Like there's many stories. This Mickey Mantle going, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to the bathroom." No, Mickey Mantle wasn't going to the bathroom. He's going to grab 2 or 3 beers and chug them, and come back out, and then grab the bat. And
I tell you what, with all them injuries, that's probably what got him through it. You
yeah,
know.
seriously, seriously. So
Um.
we had some interesting things. I'd say probably the weirdest thing was leaving Alaska, and we ran into the Canadian authorities, and I didn't know that I'd been arrested for like a small amount of something greenery. I'll put it that way. Back like I don't know, 20 years.
Some pot, some
Yeah,
weed, man. You can
like
say it, man.
okay, but like 20 years ago, and I had even
In
forgotten
Alaska.
about. Yeah, well, no, because when you come from Alaska, you have to go through Canada.
Hmm.
Then you go through Canada, then you come back into the United States going down,
Hmm.
and they wouldn't let me. So held in I got held in I got held in Canada for 6 hours. They contained me,
Hmm.
and they were treating me like they were asking me all these weird questions, like I knew something that the U.S. government wanted them to know, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, we did the show in Anchorage. I had no idea. Finally, like 4 hours later, they let me out, and it was funny. The lawyer came up for me, got me out like the click of a second, and he's just like, what did he say? He said to the, yeah, he said, you guys just held somebody, yeah, wait a minute, let me see if I can get this right. You just held somebody against their will for 6 hours over a dime bag. It's what he said. And I mean, I'm talking like 20, back in the 90s. It was something, it
Man.
was so funny.
Oh, CT, man. One day I have so many stories, man. Oh, that I'd rather not share. You're probably gonna look at me differently, man. But I lived a wild life too. I was a wild boy when I was younger.
I'm writing a book right now. I'm writing a book about all these stories of being on tour because I've played with members of the Grateful Dead.
Oh,
I
that's
played
dope.
I played with a lot of different musicians, and I know and what I've always wanted to say about that whole journey is that I was getting to kind of tell you is that alcohol is the worst thing. Alcohol is the worst thing.
Yeah.
I've seen people be able to have their fun with other things, but alcohol became something that was like an everyday thing for people, and because
And it's the one thing that's legal too. That's the crazy stuff.
and it's socially acceptable. So you see somebody opening up a beer at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you jokingly go, "Oh, hair of the dog," and so it
You
becomes
know what's
so.
crazy? There's in New York. There's a bar slash club. It's called Hair the Dog.
Yes, I've been there. I've
You've been
been
there
there.
on Orchard Street? Is it Orchard
Orchard
Street?
Street, Orchard
No,
Street.
is it
Oh
Orchard
my
Street or
god.
Norfolk?
Yeah,
One of those streets.
yeah, but it's on the
I know
corner.
I
It's
grew
on
up right around CT. That's my stomping ground. I grew up all through there my whole life, man.
Oh my gosh.
The Hair of the Dog, man. You been there before?
Yes.
It's a good spot too, man.
Well, what was funny about there was is they had the $2 or no, yeah. In New York City you get $2 16-ounce Pabst Blue Ribbons.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hair of the Dog.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy. It's a good spot, man. And a lot of people go there too.
Well, what was funny about that though is that was actually a rock star bar for when there were big bands in town. Like
Mhm.
we showed up to do a show, and it was we were playing with Widespread Panic, Bob Weir, the Grateful Dead, and we were playing with a couple of members of Jefferson Starship Airplane, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'd forgotten that bars were open that late in New York City. I'm a Connecticut guy where I don't know bars usually close at midnight.
Mhm.
So this girl I'm with, really hot girl too, who I was really trying to connect with that night, and she gets a phone call on her phone. I'm going, her freaking phone is ringing again. Well, lo and behold, it's the drummer of Rat Dog, Bob Bruce band. Yeah, come on down to the bar right downstairs. So we go down the stairs. It's her, me, four other people, and we're surrounded by nothing but rock and roll Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Like there was no other, and I walked in. It was like being a kid in a candy store. It was like, oh my god.
You ever been to CBGB?
Oh yeah, I call that place a shithole. I didn't play there. One of my friends' bands played there, and he asked me to go with them. And that place was like falling apart. The floor,
Eli,
everything.
what's up, Eli? Yeah,
No,
I never been inside, but I will pass it as a kid and growing up around there, and I would see the craziest people in and out of that place, man. Freaking, it looked like it I don't know, it just looked crazy, something like it looked like a madhouse
the
to
weirdest,
me.
the weirdest place we played. We got paid really big bucks for it, and I actually got to ride on. You guys know the band Foreigners?
Foreigner,
Foreigner.
sounds familiar. I don't know
Um.
what song you got to name a song.
Oh, give me a sec. Oh, jeez. Juke,
Take care, Ken. Bye,
jukebox,
Ken. No hard feelings, Ken.
jukebox heroes. Jukebox heroes, the
Uh,
size, but a huge band, really big band at the time. And I met the lead singer
as
about.
cold as ice.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're willing to
Willing
sacrifice. So the
sacrifice.
beat just okay. Yeah, I know you talking about now.
So he and I find out that we both know Rochester, New York, because he's from Rochester, and so we find out that we really know Rochester very well. This is about 4 hours away, and he's like, "No, come on my bus. We'll have a good time." And we had a good time, just drinking some beers, and he had really good food. But
Real Bill, take care, Real Bill.
we're getting to oh man. Oh, he finally told me. You know the song that is the song Double Vision?
There's
That
I,
Double Vision's got the best of me.
yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds yeah.
You know what that song's about?
I want to say some psychedelics. That's what
Mm,
it sounds like to me. No, what is it?
no. It's about him when going to see a Rangers hockey game, and one of the guys from the Rangers got hit so hard that it looked like he had double vision. And that's
Wow.
how I was told that story, and then years later, he wrote it in a book, but for years later, people thought I was full of shit. They were like, "No, you didn't hang out with him. That's not the story." And then it came out in a book, and I was like, "I told you guys like 25 years ago, this happened." I don't look old, but I'm pretty old. Yeah, I actually, I have to ask you, not you don't have to tell me your exact age, but where are you? You in your fours?
I'm 40, man. I'm 40.
40.
Yeah, my birthday's in October 23rd. So when the Yankees are playing on my birthday, it's usually a good thing. That usually means we're in the playoffs. I'll tell you a story. 1996, right? This is why this is my favorite Yankee moment. I remember we spoke about this one time on Joe NY Yankee Mania's morning show. Um, Jim Leyrit's home run. In was it Game 5? No, it was yeah, it was Game 5, right, of the World Series. No, it wasn't. It was Game 5 when we were down like it was like 6-3 or something like that. And he hit this 3-run home run. But anyway, it was it was my birthday, CT. I'll never forget it. I'm a kid, right? I'm watching this on TV. I'm sitting, and I was the kid that I would sit this close to the TV, like I would watch, like literally, like, and my sisters be like, "Move out the way, get out the." But I'm watching, and I remember thinking it was my birthday. I'm like, "Please, God, for my birthday, please," like I'm praying, please. And right there, remember how Jim Leyrit's batted? He was like, and he hit it, and it was just like I just lost my mind, dude. After that. But that's why I say I would never forget that moment because right before he hit it, I like was like praying in my mind, like, please come on, because it didn't look good that World Series. It was down 2-zip. Freaking Andrew Jones, 18 years old, killed us at Yankee Stadium. We went down 2-0, and both games were the first 2 games were at Yankee Stadium, and we lost both of them going to Atlanta, and they were tough, man. CC, you lived that era, man. Greg Maddux, John Smalls, Tom Glavine. They had I was like, it's over. Everybody was like, this is done. This is a done deal. The Yankees cannot come back. It's not possible. And they did. It was good times, man. Good times.
What a lineup Atlanta had. That pitching trio they had was just unfreaking real. I like that. I'd love to be able to watch the games and not have John Smoltz be such a dick. Um, because I would like to know his insight. He's a wonderful Major League Baseball player. I met him at a fan fair thing. She's back in like I don't know 2000, and he was really nice to me. But I don't think he knew I was a Yankee fan. If he knew I was a Yankee fan, he probably wouldn't have signed me an autograph. That's the type of guy he is. But
Yeah, yeah, I don't like the way he does the broadcast either.
no,
It's
no,
so and not only him, it's a bunch of them. They're so like their bias is so obvious, like they don't like the Yankees for whatever reason. But I mean it is what it is. I understand too, We're the reason why he didn't win, a
yeah.
couple times. So but when I think about teams like that, CT, and that's why when I say like this team just doesn't give me that vibe. I think of, and I don't like comparing, right? I'm not comparing teams, but I know certain teams that I've watched, not only the Yankees, other teams that I'm watching. I'm like, man, you get that sense, like, man, this team is special. They have something, like they got that fairy dust sprinkled on top of them or something. And
Yeah.
this team doesn't have it, man. It doesn't. I don't see. I don't get that vibe, like that they can actually go to another level and really click.
Well, there's moments of it though. You're seeing moments of it. Um, at the beginning of the season, when you had Goldie hitting the way he was, when Bellinger finally got hitting, there's all this magic on this Yankee team. But the problem is getting that all together. Like timing it right. And I think that's
Yeah.
what Boone's having trouble with is Boone can get a little bit hitting at one point, but he can't get the rest. Then when the other part isn't hitting, now the other part is, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like it's never falling all into place. I did want to show you something though. Let's see if I can. Okay, there's some of my guitars, but there we go. Yeah, see, I've like I own.
One day, man, you gotta share some stories, man. We'll do a show, not a Yankee show, but just a show like just the way it was. Because I'm interested, man. I like watching all those documentaries and even movies and stuff. Like just being on the road, touring with a band, and
No,
it's a
I said it was a lot of fun. For me, I said not getting into drugs is probably the number one thing. Is that I found the greatest part about being on tour was card games and drinking.
Mhm.
Card games and drinking, and then I saw other bands that got in some really bad stuff, and it took away from their performance because my number one thing was that every time I wanted to, you know, we'd be partying, and I'd look at the clock and go, okay,
Mhm.
it's 8 a.m. We have a show at 7 p.m. I need to stop partying right now. I need because people are paying to come see us.
Yeah.
So I need to like sober up, and so I'd go for a walk. I always smoked cigarettes. Kind of get my brain back into gear. And I always made sure I never once got on stage drunk. And I did this for 30 some years. I never
Wow.
once got on drunk or got on stage drunk. I mean, maybe somebody would have hit me, a doobie or something like that before I got on, but that was about it. And I waited to afterwards. It was after. That's when it was all. it was important to me to give people paying the money and who had traveled the farthest the best product I could give them. And I don't
Yeah.
think you get that from a lot of people anymore these days.
So you would travel, and this whole time you was a diehard Yankee fan. You was collecting cards and everything, or was that something that happened after
No,
you
I thought,
finished touring?
oh, it's great. Oh, wait, oh, let me tell you a story. Oh my gosh. Mm, mm. Oh, I didn't show it to you either. Oh, give me a second. Okay, I have a story behind this. Come on. Come on. Oh, yep, that's a heavy book. I was in Kansas City at a diner,
I've been to Kansas City.
and I'm talking to this woman. Well, she didn't want me to sit down with her at first, but there was the only table left. I have no idea what's going on, but she's like, "Fine, you can sit down." So I get my corned beef and hash, and she starts talking to me about the minor league baseball, the teams
Hmm.
in the area. Well, you want to know who low and belief I was sitting across from was Roger Maris's wife.
Wow.
And give me a second. Give me a second. I can show it to you.
CT, your shirt reminds me of Andy Warhol.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There it is. Okay. And so she had me. She took me for this weird ride. I thought she was gonna murder me or something. And she said,
She thought he was gonna murder
she
you.
said, I have some cards for you. And I'm like, okay. And we went for like this 5 mile walk, or not walk, kind of like drive walk because you couldn't drive the whole way. And she gave me these 3 cards. Right. And this is
Wow.
the real card. But
Hmm.
what am I? There we go. She gave me that. She gave me that. That's before he's a Yankee.
Kansas City Athletics.
Yeah, and this is a real card. I'm not making that up. And then she said, I really want you to have something. And this is his rookie card.
Wow.
And as I go to shake her hand and thank her, she says her name was, now I'm going to forget, but it was Roger Maris's wife.
And he had passed at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. Man,
And
I bet you got a million stories like that, man.
I meet, because like what was weird with me is doing music shows and stuff. I would usually get dropped off where I'd be like, just leave me here. I'll find you guys.
Hmm.
I mean, I kind of found my way, found my own adventures and stuff, and I always ran into some of the weirdest stories. Like,
Hmm.
I didn't want to go where everybody else was going. I wanted to go where I might find some fun, and yeah, I mean, I told you about the boiled peanuts, man. I'd never had a boiled peanut, and then I found them. It was like, whoa.
I tried boiled peanuts once, never again.
You
Peanuts
know,
are meant to be cold and
what,
raw.
what did you have them? Did the ones you have were they Cajun style?
No. They were, I don't know what they were, but they were from a gas station.
Oh, nah, 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 no. You
And
gotta get
I didn't like it.
you gotta get them Cajun style. Cajun styles, where they're hot.
Hmm.
Give me a second. I'm gonna show you some cards.
One day I'm gonna pull out my car. I don't have much left, but I got a few. I got a few. Not like you, man. You're a true collector. You know.
Give me a second. Okay. Oh no! Don't turn laptop. Don't fall on the floor. Okay. Do you see those?
Hmm.
Those are okay, man.
Those are all Roger Maris.
Yeah, this is Elston Howard. I have this whole collection of cards. Jim Gilliam of the Dodgers. I have
Hmm.
his whole collection. Even this is the hard one to get. Oh, see, Topps 1953.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest cards to get. Then my Orlando Cepedas. My Whitey Ford. Where I gotta show you the rarest Whitey Ford card I got.
So you used to were you ever like into like you used to get the Beckett magazines? Remember those?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good. These
Remember
are
the
these are some of my Whitey Fords. Give me a second.
Yeah, we would get the so around where I lived, right? On well they used to be on Columbia Street, but then they had moved to Houston Street. There was this little Jewish bakery there, but the son, his name was Elliot, and anybody from my way would know what I'm talking about. He used to sell baseball cards, so I would be in there every day, and we'd be trading and stuff. And he taught me a lot, and I had a nice collection, CT, a really good collection, man. And that's how I got into like I would get the Beckett magazines. They'll come out every month, and I check the price on cards and look at what's exclusive and what's not and stuff.
Check this out. I got this. I got this in Pennsylvania at a yard sale
Hmm. Wow,
for $1.
for $1.
Yep.
How much is it worth now? Do you know?
This is about $5,000.
That is insane.
And then I
That's
got
a
this,
nice card, and then the edges are rounded, so they can't really get too damaged.
and
You
then
got to get that graded, dude. That one's a little beat up, but still get it graded.
and look at that, 1954, Whitey
Hmm.
Ford. He's my favorite pitcher. And getting back to what you and I were talking about, we were talking about the amount of pitchers were batting, were throwing back in the day. And dude, we didn't have a bullpen. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You had your starting pitcher and how far they went into games. But you start to come into a era of baseball, and I would say it was probably the mid '80s where you started having players like Doc Gooden, and they started really overutilizing these high velocity guys. And Doc Gooden's career was almost killed right as it started. Within a few years, he had thrown his arm out. But then the Yankees got him. He threw a no hitter. But that's when you started to see the high velocity guys start to come really out. Was I would say around Doc Gooden's era, where pitchers were really throwing for that speed. And I know that's a long time ago, but it's become a thing now. And when we've interviewed people on Joe's show, Joe New York Yankee Mania. Hey Joe, I see he's in the
Hmm.
chat. I just wanted to show it, throw it, shout out. Um, what you're seeing is these younger people growing. Like, how many sports did you play when you grew up?
Pretty much, I played baseball and I played basketball once. Where I grew up, we didn't have much, man. There was no real like football league. You had to like travel to Brooklyn for that. So it was just baseball, and there was some basketball teams, but even then, it was like some PAL, local PAL stuff.
But you did multiple sports, right?
Oh yeah, we played every sport. Even hockey, we played roller hockey. We'd go to different neighborhoods and challenge them in roller hockey and stuff, but never
Well,
like organized. Just kind of sandlot
yeah,
leagues.
yeah. But you're twisting and moving your body in different ways.
Hmm.
Like when I went to school, I played baseball, I played basketball, I played baseball, basketball, football, um, cross country, track, and when we've interviewed some of these players, and this goes back to when NFE was interviewing some of these guys last year, the year before, I can't remember, and they would all mention that the reason they thought they didn't get injured was because all the different sports they played. You
Hmm.
weren't just playing baseball 24/7. You
Yeah.
had your baseball season, you had your basketball season, so you were bending, stretching all these different muscles in different ways
Hmm.
and becoming, a more complete athlete. Maybe that sounds right. Maybe that sounds wrong.
No, yeah, especially for pitchers, you can't throw and throw and throw and throw and throw all year round. No, you
And
know.
that's why you're seeing these kids at 16, 17 years old getting Tommy John surgery. Imagine
Yeah.
that you're
E-
16 years old getting a Tommy John
Even younger than that, there's this thing called little leaguer's arm. You ever heard of that? Like these kids that I guess they play so much that they're throwing that their arm starts hurting, you know? And that's why now they in the youth leagues they starting to have like restrictions that you can only throw so many pitches and everything, but
Yeah,
it's gone out of control. You're right though. You're right. Because we didn't play all year round all the time, you know. We played different things in the neighborhood just playing, you know, but we weren't constantly some kids I've met kids, they play for 3, 4 teams. 13
yeah.
years old, you know. They pitching Saturday, Sunday, and then they might have a game Tuesday for another team, and they want them to pitch there. They pitching 4 or 5 times a week, man. You know.
Well, this is what. Let's see if I can show you what this. See that
Oh,
surgery?
showing the guns now, man.
You see that?
Yeah. Hmm.
That's a rotator cuff surgery gone wrong.
Oh man. So.
I was a pitcher and I was throwing 90-mile-per-hour pitches at 17, 18 years old, and they had me pitch, and then I went up to go. I tried it. I went up to Keene, New Hampshire.
Mhm.
Wanted me up there for their baseball program. Went up there and I threw a pitch, and there's a pitch of a guy. I think he's from the Rays, and he goes to throw the ball, and like his arm basically just comes off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, it's terrible. I wouldn't even recommend watching
Mhm.
the video. And that's what happened to me. I got the ball back and like normal, like oh, that even hurts just going like this. But I got it. Like I launched it about halfway here, and something went wrong,
Your
and
arm came out of place.
that was the end of my baseball career.
But
So
CT man, you gonna be you gonna be on tomorrow morning? You want to plug that before we wrap this up?
plug what?
The morning show with Joe.
Oh, I didn't mind you. This is your show. I mean,
No, it's all right, man. I don't.
okay, I just didn't want to be that guy. Well, yeah.
Uh,
Well, are you coming on?
no, I gotta work, man. I
Oh,
gotta.
see, he's too busy. He's too cool for us guys. We get it. No,
No.
I'm kidding. Yeah, but yeah. Tomorrow, we'll be on. I'll be on with Joe, and we'll be doing you know, just checking on the game stats last night and discussing a little bit of things and getting into baseball. But you know, it's all about this guy next to me. I don't know what side he's on.
I'm on the other side of
That side,
your military right or
right?
left, whatever.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Somehow I'm pointing this guy, right?
Yeah.
It's all about this guy. This guy's got the best channel, I think, on YouTube. If you look at his
Mm.
graphics, is how interactive it is. I think you guys gotta give a hand to him because
Yeah, I appreciate it.
every time I join your channel, Jason, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what? I'm looking around like, holy, sh, the rest of that word, and
Mhm.
I have to say that you've done a great job, and I always want to say that to you. And thank you for everybody for dealing with me in the chat. I know I'm babbling, but
No, you're good, man. Babble away, dude. It's your
uh,
time, man.
no,
I
but
don't care. CT, man. That don't, man. Look, I don't get me wrong. I enjoy doing this and everything, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna, you
that's
got something to say it, man. Speak your mind. You don't have to. That's why always tell people, like, hey, man, I try to keep it baseball, but that's why it's the late show, man. It goes anywhere. This could go. We could end up talking about freaking, cutting grass at some point. It could be anything, you know.
that's
But
one.
I find your stories interesting, CT, man. And you lived a very intriguing life. I can tell, the story. And one day I'd like to pick your mind, even though it don't have to be on YouTube. Like just
Oh,
I
dude,
don't.
I'd love to do it on YouTube because I'd love. Oh, okay. Oh man, can I do this in about a 20-second story? Give me a second.
I mean, it don't have to be tonight, man, because I know you got to be up early.
No, no, I'm good. I'm awake the whole night. Okay, I'll tell you about a story. I think you guys will find this funny. So we play. we're playing this music festival. It's in upstate New York, and we didn't realize that.
Woodstock? No.
No, it's in upstate New York, north of Binghamton,
Okay.
and we didn't realize that when you went in the venue and you came back through, you're going through the Canadian border. So oh, we had a lot of fun things that we decided we were going to throw in the glove compartment.
You had freaking drugs. Just say it.
I didn't say that. You said that. And so we get through. All of a sudden, we hit this like, we weren't all supposed to try what we had. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be like, I'm gonna try it, and you guys don't try it. And if it's good, we got it. We're leaving. No, everyone decides to take everything we're talking about, and
And what year was this? You gotta give me more context.
1997.
Oh, this ain't that old, man. It's old, but not that old.
Well, we get out of this venue where I thought we were hitting, like, I wasn't driving, but I was the person in the passenger seat, and I thought we were like hitting people and stuff, like running over people, like it just wasn't good. We weren't actually doing that, you know what I mean? It was just the frame of mind we were in, And we finally get down this huge hill, and my brother pulls down all the windows. There's this nice air coming in the car. It's like, oh. And my brother slows down. There's these lights in front of us. He comes to a stop, and rolls open his window. Then there's a cop flashlight in the window. How you boys doing? And my brother goes, we. I say are, and my buddy in the back goes, doing, and my brother said, good. We are doing good.
You guys all
Oh,
completed a sentence together.
no, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm writing a book right now.
I bet you're doing really good.
I got some stories, but the thing is, we were like never up to like no good. Like we were never up. It was more of like we just the winter times are always harsh. So it was always fun to have something interesting, if you want to call it that, to do in the winter time. So, but
Yeah.
but I just remember leaving there, and we left there. And when we got to the end, all of a sudden the cops were like really messing with us. And finally, the cop looks to me and he goes, "It's a shithole in there, isn't it?" And I just went, "Yeah, it is." Like agreeing with him, like I don't know, just agree with him. I'm not gonna disagree with this guy. And they're like, "Okay, let those boys go." And it was like that total like upstate New York.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
let those boys go. And
You could have got lost up there. Over there, they'll make you disappear.
yeah. So, but actually, now you say that, this is back before cell phones. So we get to the end of the road, and we pull the atlas, and all the lines on the atlas are just doing this. There's nah, we're not finding our way. But then in the back of my mind is they're coming for us. They know, like one of those experiences. Anyways, so I'm from Coventry, town in Connecticut, and we parked on this. We parked like right at this restaurant and got out of the car, and I sat on this bench with this huge like aluminum like figure on it, and it says Coventry, New York. And I'm like, what? I'm from Coventry, Connecticut. You know what I mean? So it was like, what? It's one of those moments.
It was mind blowing. You're like,
That's
what's
why
happening here?
that's why I've been writing a book for about 5 or 6 years now. And just
That's
about my
cool.
my journey on performing music and sports. And 'cause I remember we always took advantage of things, like we would do a 2-night run somewhere, and then it would be like the Subway Series. So we'd go to the Subway Series on it's like a thingies, and so you go to the baseball game, and yeah, dude,
What Jacob said. He's like 40 minutes from Coventry.
oh, cool. No,
That's a long way though.
cause
But yeah, CT man, let's wrap this thing up, dude. But one day we should. We're gonna make it a show, or even just behind the scenes, man. Just go. I got some wild stuff. I don't think I should share them though.
no,
And
you
you saw
should.
that, man. I
You
got some
should.
crazy. I
Uh,
tell you right now. See, I'll put it like this, man. Sometimes I think when I look back, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm not supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to. Most of my friends are, not either not here, not doing well, or in prison.
I
Um,
hear you. Yeah.
but I always felt like I was meant to do more. Like, it's weird to say and I feel like I was just lucky.
I got
Literally,
lucky. I got
I was just
lucky.
lucky so many times that I feel like I just got lucky.
No,
And,
I got really lucky. I would say out of oh, this is a really bad number to throw out there. Of probably like the 40 musicians I started with, from whether they were really well-known musicians or it was me starting off. I would say that probably only 4 of them are alive
wow,
now, and it had to do with hard drugs
yeah,
and
and the
drinking.
lifestyle, man.
And
Yeah,
what I found is there's a show on TV, and you guys are gonna laugh your ass off at me. Forensic Files. Go watch Forensic Files when you can't sleep and you got a hotel room and you got a show the next day.
dude,
Watch
I can't
Forensic.
watch that. I get kind of scared, man.
But
I
like,
saw like hearing, I'm like, what the. This is not what I should be watching while staying in a motel in the middle of somewhere
in
I don't know,
middle of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. But it kept you in your hotel room. You were like, I'm not leaving to go to the Munchie bin. No, I'm
Yeah.
staying right here. But
Mhm.
I'd say that show was what kept us on a roll. Was like we found public TV and BS TV to watch, but I do have to say that uh, the I did lose track of what was on TV. I remember. I'll make it quick. I hadn't watched TV in 4 or 5 years, and they had changed like what was on TV,
Mhm.
and yeah, what was it? Two and a Half Men had come on. I'd never seen the show before. I'd never heard of it or anything. I had been on and I watched Two and a Half Men, and let me tell you, that was like a mind trip because I just hadn't watched TV in so long. But I'll let
Yeah.
you go. I'm sorry to keep you.
No, you're
But
good, man.
Jason, thank you for having me on. Everybody in the chat, Jason's a good guy,
No, thank you, man. No, you a good guy. Appreciate you.
and we gotta have trivia. When are we doing the trivia?
I want to do it every what time we did it? I think like Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern
Okay.
or something like that. I want to do it like a set day every week, or whatever works for you guys too. We just do it a set date, and I'm not gonna have it long. It's gonna be like a 30-minute show only, and
Monday at 2 p.m.
no, no, I can't do Monday at 2 p.m.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, Monday at 2.
Monday at 3:37 a.m.
No, but please keep me informed, and I'm sorry if I bothered you guys and everyone in the chat. I hope you guys had fun, and Jason, thank you. I really really love what you're doing. I love your graphics. I love everything you've been up to work wise, and but just get some sleep. That's all I wanted to make
I
sure.
appreciate it. It's all right, man. Yeah, man, and you too get better. We need you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It just it's You ever have one of those things where you get teased where you know in 1 minute they tell you you're getting better, and
yeah.
then
Oh,
you just feel like,
the chat lets me. Well, not this chat, but I mean, one day I'll tell you, man. Since I've been doing YouTube, right, so probably like 2015, it wasn't always Yankees, right? So this channel's about that old. And when I tell you, man, I've heard the meanest things that you can hear, man. the meanest, just all kinds of stuff, man. But you know, it's like, what are you gonna? And I get it, man. Like, you just move on, man. It is what it is. You just move on. Dev says the show is good. What's up, Dev? Dev is a good dude too, man.
Well, yeah, I
I like
talked to
Dev.
Dev.
Yeah.
And I have everybody on my cell phone. This is great. Like, I talk with all these people on my cell phone. And that's what I like about the community you've helped build and like the community that we have. And Jason, we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for keeping it in a way that's so much fun. It's so much fun. So, Jason, everybody in the
Uh,
chat, get Jason a chat.
I think everybody's in bed, man.
Yeah. But I just want to say thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, CT. And I'll catch you in the morning. NY Yankee Mania, the morning show. Coffee and bagels, right? Something
I
like
don't.
that's what it's called.
I never have bagels. No one gets me bagels. So
I
one of
don't.
these days, somebody's got to get me a bagel for the coffee bagel
I don't
pot.
have coffee or bagels. I just watched the show.
Take
Yeah.
care, man. Take
All
care.
right, take care, man. Appreciate it, CT. Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah. That's gonna do it, folks, man. I'm gonna wrap this up, go to bed, and wake up and do it all over again. That's the a day in the life, right? Everyone have a blessed day. Let's go Yankees. Off day tomorrow. I will be going live at some point, probably earlier than usual. Um, but yeah, we'll get ready for the series versus the Athletics. Hopefully, we could get a series win. Let's win a series, man. We got to get back to winning. That's what I like. Nando's throwing some smoke. Did it work? Yeah, I'll throw it for you. And I'm gonna be out on that note. Peace, guys.